Good
Ma'am.
afternoon. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing immaculately well. Everything is going flawlessly. Thank you so much for asking. What about you, ma'am?
Yes, I'm doing well as well. Had a pretty nice day today. So how is your day going so far?
My day is going well. It's summer vacation, but today I'm at my mother's house. Yesterday I came here, so it's really a great time because now I have my mother. She is taking care of my kids, and I'm able to have my session peacefully.
It's indeed a blessing, right? When you have somebody to take care of your kids.
Yes, yes. So what about you, ma'am? How many kids do you have?
I have two kids. My daughter is 11 and my son is 6 years old.
Okay, great, great.
Yeah, both are at school and the schools have begun here already. April and May is the summer vacation time. From June, the school starts. So they're at school. So I'm having my sessions peacefully.
Okay, so you are calling from Tamil Nadu or Bangalore?
I'm from Karnataka. I'm not from Tamil Nadu. I'm from Karnataka, but not from Bangalore. I'm from a smaller city.
Okay, yes, yes. Now I got to know because you told me school has started on 1st of June. It means you are in Bangalore.
No, no, Bangalore is in Karnataka.
Yes, yes, yes. It is in
Yeah,
Karnataka. So how is the weather there?
yeah, it's very pleasant, nice and breezy, neither hot nor cold. The weather is very nice. Tell me about yourself. Where do you live? And just introduce yourself.
Okay, yes, sure. My name is Kusum. I hail from Haryana. I hold a master's degree in business administration along with the diploma in software. Currently, I'm a homemaker and mother of two kids, but recently I have started teaching young kids. So that's a bit about me.
Okay, okay. How do you teach young kids? Like, are you taking tuitions?
Yes, I teach spoken English to them.
Offline or online?
I teach online.
Oh, nice to know. So you're a freelancer?
Yes, but it's too soon to start. But I am working on my communication skill. But after the blue, I got a call and someone told me, "Can you teach my child offline?" But after a few minutes, I realized, yeah, it could be the opportunity, right? If I want to work on my communication skill, I need to teach them because when you teach, you learn twice. So that's thought came to my mind, and I started it.
But I think it's quite different when you teach children versus when you teach adults.
Yes, yes. Because we have to engage them, right? I teach them through activities, role plays, and some like picture descriptions and weaving story. So I have to conduct my classes through engaging activities, fun activities.
So you have your sessions on Zoom. Which app do you use?
I use Google Meet.
Google Meet, right? Okay, that is nice. And I think when you're dealing with children, you have to be much more energetic and
Actually,
innovative.
I don't.
No, I haven't taught children. I haven't dealt with children, only adults.
Only adults.
Hmm.
Yes.
How old are your kids?
So how do you teach them? My kids, my elder one is 10 years old and younger one is a 2 years toddler.
That's quite a gap between both the kids, right? 8 years.
Yes, yes. Actually, I live in joint family, but all are working. And my mother-in-law passed away a few years ago. So I don't have anyone who can take care of my kids. That's why I thought it should have a gap, right? Now my elder one can take care of my kids when I'm not there.
That's right. True, fair enough. So what do you have any vision for your children like when they grow up they have to become this because in our generation our parents had, right? When our children grow up either they have to be doctors or engineers. Do you have any vision for your children?
No, I don't have any vision. Just make sure, right? You can do this, you can do that, but they have to choose their career. I'm not going to burden them, right? But I just want them, I want to inculcate some value education system in them. And academic, I don't want, like
Mm.
academic, they can do, right? Because they go to school, right? And I'm teaching them. But value system is a must these days,
Mm.
right? Because nowadays kids are just obsessed with mobile phones and TV. It's really a lot of screen time and it stained their eyes. And sometimes they watch reels and reels, and that is sometimes I have found it is not appropriate for them. Some content is not for kids, but when they scroll, they watch it. So that's the way I'm doing. Let's see what would happen in future. So what do
Exactly.
you think, ma'am? about value education system. Yes.
Yeah, I think it is really important, but now I think people are shifting towards more of academic education and less of moral education because I think parents are quite busy these days. It's usually the elders in the house that give them that part of the education, right? Moral
Mm-hmm.
education, be this, do that. Now, with nuclear families
Mm-hmm.
and busy parents, I think it is coming down. But when I talking about me, it is really important. So some of the must things that I have to instill is not to lie. That's the first thing because sometimes children
Mm-hmm.
get scared and the first thing they do is they lie to the parents. So that thing is a
Yes.
must, like no lying. And I think they're too young to
Mm-hmm.
impart more than that. So let us see along the way. Uh, yeah, just be good people. That's what I would like them to grow up to be good people. What about you? Are there any like strict moral values that you want to inculcate in your children?
I want them, like I want them to treat others with respect, right? They have to learn how will you deal respectfully with to others, right? Because somewhere I have seen when I go to airport, I have seen there are people are not in line, they are not in queue. There are two or three lines instead of one, right? So I want them to observe the surroundings, right, and learn from that. And second thing is it like social manners and discipline. And second thing is I want to focus more on empathy. They should be empathetic towards others, right? Be kind and yes, and I want them to be resilient and empathetic towards others. And the third one, I want to teach them value of money, right? And for that I create sometime artificial scarcity. I don't have money. You know, some parents just appease their children, whatever they want they give them. But I think it is a worst thing as a parents we are doing, right? Because money is a illusion. Today we have, maybe tomorrow we might not. So I just try to teach them money is it's really hard to earn that, and we should understand the value of money, right? If I give them everything, they will never understand the value of money. So I am doing that. Let's see whether they will learn it or not. I'm just trying to implement on me because kids observe their parents and we are their role models. So yes, these are the habits I want to develop in them. So
Hmm.
you tell me, ma'am, like what are the skills you want your kids should have in these days?
Skills, I think, they should know how to talk, right? It is also a skill where at the right place you have to use
Yes,
the
it is.
right words and the right tone.
Hmm.
And it's a skill that has to be learnt. You cannot sometimes be really blunt or upright. You
Hmm.
need a little bit of sugar coating, and they should know at what situation how they're going to talk. So that is one skill. When it comes to education, I have no goals for them particularly because I just want to give them that capability that they take their own decisions, whatever they feel is right. So once they grow up, they can decide what profession they want to get into, or it depends on their interests as well. So what skills they need to develop.
Hmm.
But other than that, like confidence and talking well, so these are some things that I want to instill. My daughter is already like 11, so she is already doing it. But
Hmm.
it also depends on the nature of a person, right? If they are totally introverts, it's very difficult to give them certain skills. They will not talk if they are
Hmm.
introverts and shy. They won't speak. Then it becomes a little bit challenging as parents to force them. We cannot
Hmm.
do that. We cannot force them unless they are interested. But if they're extroverts, it's pretty easy to inculcate certain skills. Other than that, I don't
Hmm.
know. Nothing much. I haven't thought about it much.
Yes, yes, I agree with you, all your points. And you know, these days we are in AI, right? In today's world, so there is a AI. And do you think when we used to study that time, we have to learn history, right? When was Akbar born, and these type of questions. Do you think we need to learn these days, and we just need to more focus on creativity and critical thinking? intellectual parts. So what's your take on it?
Yeah, definitely. I think the education system is definitely outdated, what we are learning today, because everything is there on Google,
Hmm.
right? It's more why we give this
Hmm.
formal kind of education is to have certain discipline in children. They have to show up at school every day. So this is what they learn.
Hmm.
And it's not that if they are going to use algebra in their life or no, maybe they won't. But there's a
Hmm.
different kind of intelligence. Some parts of the brain will develop and their critical thinking will improve, logical reasoning will improve. So these are some things, but definitely the education system is outdated. I think it has to be more practical. Give them practical life experiences. When you compare to the Western education,
Hmm.
they teach them young students knitting and coloring, craft, all these kind of things. They teach children as young as 5 or 6 years old to use a scissor, which we don't usually, right? They just go and they are just with pen, paper, and a book. That's it. But I think real life skills has to be taught, like swimming and some things. They should be mandatory. I think it is there in some schools in the metros, but in smaller cities, it's not yet there. It is just like academic and mugging up books and writing your exams. That is what is still going on. But I definitely wish that education system has to be changed, because when my children ask me for their doubts, if see the standard of education is way higher than what I studied in my school days. So there are some questions that I cannot
Hmm.
answer, so I just ask them to check on Google, right? So I think, see, now, like, subconsciously they are learning the use of AI and how they can use it. So I think everything is there with the AI, and we have to shed light on that aspect rather than totally going academics or mugging up from your books.
Yes, ma'am. Wait a moment. You told me yes. All yes, yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Please continue.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was just asking your take on this, about the education system of India.
In India, education system is still improving. It is better than earlier, but what I have observed, they just focus on writing, right? They focus on writing and more on addition, subtraction, multiplication, and I want them to be more focused on critical thinking, discipline, right? And something, if they want to teach, they can teach through role play activities, and there should be counseling sessions,
Mm,
but nothing happens sometimes. My child is 10 years old, but
mm,
when I ask him for study, you have to study, this is your study time, but he doesn't want to study. I have to push him, right? I have to push him 3 4 times. I need to say, sometimes I have to raise my voice.
mm,
So I don't know why is it happening, because they are more inclined towards TVs or screen time. Reason I don't know. So sometimes I ask teachers, ma'am, I have to push him, and now he's in fifth standard. I think he should develop his interest. He should he need to do his work on his own, but he's not doing. So why is it happening, ma'am?
yes, and maybe even in our generation it was common. The only thing was the fear factor was higher. Parents means we used to be scared of them. That doesn't happen nowadays with children. And there are a lot of
Mhm.
diversions, right? Playing, toys, gadgets. There are a lot of diversions. And 10 years
Mhm.
old is quite young for them to know the seriousness of studying. So early, I don't think it comes. They have to be at least 12, 13 for that to set in. This is education, and I have to study in order to do well in life. So all that needs a little bit of maturity. So only 10 years old is something like you have to make them sit with you and get their homework done. I think it is that phase of
Yes.
their life, and we can't blame them. It's okay. Let them explore. Maybe after 1 or 2 years, we can pressurize them to study and give them more knowledge about how it's going to be helpful. Then it will be able to sink in. But at this age, they won't understand the seriousness of it. That's what I feel.
Okay. So I think I am over possessive, right? So that's why I asked this question. Maybe I'm doing wrong because I don't want to pressurize my kids, right? I want to learn in a fun way, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, sometimes if he doesn't want to study, then I change the time. I will say, yeah, after 2 hours I'll teach you. So I do this only.
Yeah, yeah. It is all about getting adjusted, right? And rather
Yes.
than being pushy, give them some time. Okay, will you do it after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and just come to a mutual understanding or mutual decision
Mm-hmm.
after this, so that every day should not be a struggle for us, right? So then the
Yes.
study time itself will become painful for both the parent and the child. So
Mm.
it has to be like fun, and you have to come with like a mutual understanding and mutual decision. So that is going to work, not pressurizing.
Yes. Yes. So, ma'am,
Mm.
how long have you been speaking English? Because you have a great command over the language.
I have been speaking for many, many years now since my childhood. So yeah, I
Since your
speak.
child.
Yes, yes.
So, at your home, everybody speaks in English?
No, not at home, but I went to an English medium school. So from the school and at home only with my dad. With my dad, we used to speak in English. So yeah, that was the only thing.
Okay. Because somewhere I am struggling with my fluency. I'm not able to get it. So, what I can do for that?
No, I don't think you're struggling with your fluency. You're quite fluent, right? Dude, I never saw you getting stuck for something. You're speaking in a flow.
Okay. But when you speak, it seems like you are speaking naturally. But when I speak somewhere, I feel I'm struggling while speaking. So
Okay,
that
I
is
get that
very,
aspect. Yes, yes. I
yes.
get that aspect because English has been so close to me, like my native language, right? The way maybe you speak Hindi, you're so fluent in that
Yes.
language, right? So that is how English has come to me. I learned my native
Mm.
language later, but I learned English first, speaking in English first. And it was my conscious decision that English is the first thing that should come to my mouth when I'm speaking. Yes, I have received a lot of criticism for it, but I don't know, it worked in my favor. And it comes to me more naturally, like my native language. For this, you need to put English first in your life in everything you do. So even when I'm talking to somebody, friend, best of my friends, I talk to them in English, and people find it very weird. Like, you know Kannada, right? Why are you talking to them in English? But it is not something that I want to show off that I know English. It's how comfortable I am with the language. So it is like that. Make English your life, and then it will come naturally to you.
So English is your first language, right?
In school, it was my first language, but it's not my native language.
Yes, yes. Okay. I was in English medium school, but nobody spoke in English there, even teachers. So my
Mm.
subjects were in English medium, but I didn't get any environment of speaking English. So, and I am passionate about it, but somewhere I am struggling with my fluency, and that's why I have started teaching young kids. But when we teach young kids, I cannot work on my fluency with them,
Yes.
isn't
You
it?
can do that with adults. You can do that with adults because with kids already you have to speak in a slow pace, right? And you have to make them
Simple
understand.
way.
If they don't understand English
Yes,
very well, you will have to translate, explain them
yes.
bilingual. That happens with children. But when you're talking to adults, you can explore yourself, your fluency. So you should consider training adults as well.
Yes. No, it's too soon to start because I know I need to work on it. I need some more time. So once I feel comfortable with the language, then I will start it. Right? Because as a teacher, you need to learn everything, right? Grammar, rules, and everything like voice modulation, intonation, toning, everything comes under a language. So I'm not good at it. Still, I'm doing, but I need some more time.
Yeah, I think we say it is also about what the learner is looking for, right? At beginner
Mhm.
stage, people do not look for intonation. They do not look for
Mhm.
hi-fi things. They just look for
Mhm.
speaking English fluently. That's all. That is the first step for beginners, right? And you need not know the grammar rules because this is spoken English. And you're not teaching them
Yes.
to excel in their academics or write an exam. You're teaching them,
Yes.
if that is your aim, you're just teaching them spoken English through speaking.
Mm.
Just take some
Mm.
topics
Yes.
and have discussions with them, free flow of ideas, give them opportunities to speak, and whatever grammar knowledge you have, that this sentence is wrong. This is why. If you
Mm.
have that much of knowledge, that is enough. You don't have to know the grammar rules A to Z of it. Because that is not how I learned English. I learned it in my school, I wrote it in my exams, and I forgot. Because that is not how it works when you're speaking. You cannot remember grammar rules and speak. It has to come
Mm.
spontaneously to you. So if you want to be a
Mm.
trainer, definitely you can try. And there is nothing like, have to know everything before becoming a trainer. Then how are you going to learn? Because you're going to teach and you're going to learn, right? So it goes hand in
Yes,
hand.
hand in hand. Yes, yes. And learning a language is a journey, it's not a destination. And I don't teach teach grammar separately even to the kids. I just correct them when they make any mistake. Like if there is one boy, then I don't need to put s or es. But if it's more than one, then we put s or es. This way, I just teach them. But
Mm.
as a trainer, I must have knowledge about the grammar, right? If someone can ask me, ma'am, what is the present tense, perfect continuous tense? So I should have knowledge, like modals, could have said, would have done, everything. I think even we don't need to teach when we are teaching a language, but we should have knowledge, right?
Yes, yes, you should have
Because
knowledge because
otherwise,
huh, because you should give
yes,
justification, right? Why their answer is wrong. In order to justify that,
yes,
first have the knowledge and give them proper reason that why this is wrong.
yes. Because if someone asks me, right, and I'm not able to answer it, then I will shatter my confidence, right? So for building a confidence, yeah, we should have a knowledge about it,
True,
right?
true, definitely true. And if I ask you, like, what is your parenting style? So, do you have any definition
Hmm.
for it? What kind of a parent are you, or what is your style of parenting?
There is no definition of parenting because we learn through our journey, right? Because we become first time parent, so we learn that time. But if I have any doubt, then I ask my mother.
Mm,
And second is I just watch podcasts related to parenting and education, and so that's the way I'm learning it,
mm,
right? Because no one can teach you parenting. It will come just by your practice and through your journey.
mm. But are you strict or are you lenient, easygoing? How would you categorize yourself?
No, I am a strict mother because my mother was strict, but and I am also a strict mother because when I speak politely, they don't listen to me. They don't understand. So sometimes I have to be strict, and it is necessary. Like father or mother, one parent should be strict. Otherwise, you cannot handle today's kids. They are so obstinate by nature, and they are more inclined towards mobiles and TV. So we need to be strict.
What about your husband? Is he also strict?
Yes, he is not strict, but he tries to understand them logically. And he always tells me, you have to teach them logically, then they will listen to you. If you tell them you don't need to watch TV, they will not listen to you. You have to give them a reason, right? Why it
Mm.
is not good for. So that's the way we are managing. And he always helps me in parenting because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
reads book. He reads book and he has given me a book of parenting, but I haven't read it. Yes.
It's so different compared to our parents and us, right? Children did not come with a
Yeah.
user manual. They also did not know how to parent, and neither do we. But it is not that nowadays there are parenting classes and people discussing openly difficulties of parenting, etc. But when it comes to our parents, I think they just learned by living around parents because joint families were more and people were
Yes.
closer to each other. So they had examples in front of them. If you do this, this is going to happen. This is not the right
Hmm.
way. They saw and they learned, but
So,
somehow that environment is difficult for us to find. You don't even know who is living in your neighborhood. That is the situation these days.
hmm.
So in such times, these things like classes, podcasts, books, all of these are beneficial. Yeah, yeah.
And every kid is different. I have two kids, both are polar opposite, right? My elder one is just picky eater. He's fussy when it comes to eating, but my younger one, he enjoys every meal, whether it is junk food, healthy food, she enjoys. And one has a patience, but other one is patienceless, right? So they both are completely opposite. One
Mm.
is obstinate, but one is cool. So I cannot implement one rule to both of them, right?
Yes, yes.
So I have to make them understand differently.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
that's why it
definitely.
consumes lots of time.
I'm sure a lot of people will be able to relate to what you just told because when you have two kids, they are contrast. They are not same at all. Same is the case
Yes.
with me. My daughter is very polite,
Mhm.
obedient, and all the good characteristics she is having. My son is the damn opposite. He will
Yeah.
not listen. He's fussy, picky
Mhm.
eater, everything. He's not scared of anybody. So they are like opposite to each other. What works
Mhm.
with her doesn't work with him, definitely. You just tell her politely, she's yes, and she does it. Doesn't work with him. So it is a different style you
Mhm.
have to adapt when it comes to both of your children.
Mhm.
Cannot be the same.
Yes. Yes. So really parenting is a challenging job, right? We cannot say it's easy. Yes, you have kids and you can take care of the no. We need to learn every moment, right?
Yes, yes. And we learn it along the way because when we grew up, we thought, our parents did wrong with us. They did this with us. It's easy to say, but nobody taught them how to be parents, right? So we just have to, now when we grow up, we are matured, we have our own children. We now understand that you cannot blame them. They are human beings first and parents then. Along the way, they have made mistakes and we are going to make mistakes as well. But we just have to be
Yes.
conscious to reduce the frequency or to learn
Yes.
from our own, bad experiences. And I think nowadays children are very smart. They'll teach us how to be a parent. We just have to watch out for it.
Yes. But every parents do good for their kids, right? Whether they have limited sources or unlimited, but they do good. But we have to teach them the value of everything, value of relation, right?
Mm.
Value of money. Well, like, and we have to create somewhere artificial scarcity. We don't need to give them everything, right? We should tell them about like fast food, junk food. We need to tell them everything. But earlier it doesn't happen. Earlier it wasn't happen. How should I say?
Earlier,
Earlier
it didn't
it
happen.
was
It didn't happen earlier. It didn't happen
it
earlier.
didn't happen. Yes. Earlier it didn't happen. Yes. But
Hmm.
nowadays lots of things to teach them.
And how do you deal with situations where, nowadays children are on social media. They have friends who maybe are financially better off, or they don't believe in not providing everything to their children. Some parents are like that. They go extravagant, maybe in terms of celebration or buying them stuff, giving them pocket money. Because my daughter sometimes asks me, all of my friends bring pocket money and they buy stuff from the shops. So sometimes it becomes challenging to make them understand it is not that we don't have money, but you have to know the value of
Hmm.
it, right? But sometimes they are very young to understand that. So how do you deal with such situations where people think that, Mama, we are not rich. Why are we not rich? How do you handle that situation?
Yeah, sometimes it happens because they need everything branded these days, right?
Yeah.
And one day I told my kid, let's go to the local market, and you want to buy shoes, you can buy from them. Next time I'll give you a branded shoes. But he told me, I'm not going to buy any local. I need branded shoes, and he's just that time 8 or 9 years old, right? So it's very difficult to make them understand, but I am trying. I just give them, like, if he ask for two pair of shoes, I give them one.
Mm.
This thing I do. Yes, if he ask for three shirts, I give them one, two, whatever is needed. I don't give them like, okay, like, go for window shopping and you like this, we will buy. No, I don't do this, because they observe me, right? They know my mother, when she needs, then she goes to the market, right? When I want to buy something and I really feel needed, then I go to the market. So somewhere he is trying to understand me and observes me, because
Mm.
first we need to implement. Without implement, we cannot say don't lie, do this. No, right?
Mm.
If I say don't lie, but I'm speaking on a phone and I'm saying I'm in Chandigarh at the moment, when she will listen, mama is telling lie and she is teaching me don't lie, so it will not work. First you have to implement.
It's challenging how parenting makes you a better person. Because sometimes I keep
Yes, yes,
researching when I'm fed up with kids. I even research like why do people have children in the first place? So the
yes.
answers are something really nice that they make you a better person, not only a
They
parent.
make you.
So that is
Hmm.
one point. There was
Hmm.
something else that, yeah, and they also say that children have bigger eyes and smaller ears. If you tell them, they're not
Smaller
listening,
you.
going to learn that
Or
way.
they will. Yes, 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 yes. I completely agree with it. Yes,
Okay.
because they can understand easily and within a short period. So yes,
Mm.
I definitely. Yeah. How can I teach them better?
Yeah, I truly admire your dedication because you genuinely want to help them, genuinely you want to teach them, and you're finding ways how to do it better. So it's
Yes.
really nice and inspiring for other teachers as well. You have to be interested and passionate in what you're doing. So it's really nice
Yes.
talking to you, and the session is going to end anytime now. So lovely talking to you. Have a very pretty smile. So keep learning, keep practicing, have more sessions and good luck.
Yes, lovely talking to you too, ma'am. It was really a great time, and I had asked lots of questions, and I learned from you about parenting and education, and I try to implement on my kids as well.
Definitely. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay.